everybody, welcome back to Basics with Botha from Botha's Art Studio. Okay, now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to explain to you guys how to see if your paint out of the tube is transparent, opaque, semi-transparent, that sort of thing. So most companies will give you information. Like here I've got white from Winsor Newton, the Winton range, and you'll see there's a black, I don't know if you guys can see it, there's a black square, the black square like this. Now this means it is opaque. You see the red here, that's opaque. This is more a transparent glazing sort of consistency. So this is opaque, white is opaque, so they are not ideal for glazing. Then we look at, let me get one that's, then I look at the lemon yellow, for instance, from Botha Louw. It has a white square there, an open square, and that means this is transparent. This is transparent. That is good for glazing. Now the semi-transparents, then we got the French ultramarine. So over there we got the square, one side's black and the other side's white, like this one. That means it's semi-transparent. That means it is still good for glazing, but it's not as transparent as the ones that's got the open square there. But then again, I've got to mention, every company will show can differ. For instance, the French from the Botha Louw's got the semi, Lucas or Winsor Newton, they could be fully transparent, or some of them could even be opaque. So you got to look at that information on the tube and make your little experiments on the color chart that I'll be talking about. Okay. So we're going to continue with color, with the basics of color. So in this demonstration I'm going to show you the power of glazing, and I'm only going to use 3 primaries: red, yellow, blue. I've got another red here, it's called a magenta. I've taken that one, I'll explain just now why I did that. Because out of the 3 primaries, like I've discussed already, yellow and red makes orange, yellow and blue makes green, and the blue in this magenta color makes a beautiful purple. I didn't use the cad red and the blue to make a purple because it doesn't give such a clean purple. I wanted, for demonstration purpose, to have 3 clean purple, green and orange over here. And what I've used here, it's very important to make notes. If you do this at home, try this at home. If you got all kinds of funky colors, you always wanted to know if it's transparent, semi-transparent, opaque. You can do a little test like this. In this case, on the top red, I'm going to do a glaze with a cad red deep from Lucas company. Over there I've got the magenta from the Winsor Newton's Winton, and ultramarine blue from Lucas over there. And then for the lemon yellow, I've got the Botha Louw. So I've got a good variety of companies, and they will, every company's colors react differently. So it's a good thing to do a little color chart like this and show what it looks like. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put in our medium linseed and the turpentine 50-50, more or less. Doesn't have to be exact, but more or less. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do glazes down there so that you can see what happens to these colors when we go over them. So let's do a blue. Let's do the blue. Very thin down, and as you'll see, when I go like that, you see how thin down it is. And then you can see what happens to the colors underneath. Okay, so what happens here, you can see clearly the red got darker red, the yellow became green, the blue became more darker blue, and this magenta became a sort of a reddish purple. And that shows you exactly what happens to the colors underneath and how they react to each other. So the next one which we can use is then the red, the CAD red from Lucas. I go there, so it goes over the yellow, through the blue, that sort of way. Let me just reinforce it over the blue a bit. So when we can see here, the blue of the red here just got a little bit more darker, didn't change it much, but we can see clearly when red touches, goes over a dry yellow color, it becomes an orange, and the red over this blue becomes like a reddish blue, not quite purple, but there's some warmth in there, and this magenta just became a little bit more sort of powerful red coming in there. Then we're going to go down to the lemon yellow, mix it up nicely, thin it down, and then I'm going to go with this yellow over there. Make sure your brush is nice and clean for this job. Okay. So then I go there. So let's see what happens here. Okay, now we can see there. Got like a sort of a darkish orange coming there, lemon over there, didn't change it much, slightly orange, could be from the red I started adding my brush, but it wouldn't make much of a difference. And there on the blue it becomes a green tint that appears there, and then on the magenta it became a orangey brown that happened there. So that's a very important thing that happened there with the brown, because that's the three primers that touch each other and that goes brown. So it's also a very important thing to look at, to understand. But I'll still talk a lot about colors. People that know me, they know that I talk a lot about color. Color is a very interesting subject, very important subject. Okay, let's see what happens when I come with my magenta over this whole lot here. Let's see. Just thinner down there. Okay, now we can see the red became actually darker than what the cadmium glazed it. So the magenta has got a little bit more blue in it. That's why it's darkening it. Even here on the yellow, it started going reddish brown again. It's three primaries touching each other. So it's in the magenta we've got the blue, the red, and the yellow together makes brown. So that imaginary color, if we can call it that, will turn brownish. Over here, it just made the ultramarine a bit darker, and then make the magenta darker. And that's when we use the clean primaries. Well, that one was not totally clean, but these three are definitely the cleaner colors, the blue, red and yellow, over the primaries, and see how that affects it. On this section we got the secondaries. That means two primaries together gives you orange, these two gives you green, and these two gives you a purple. So if we go with these three clean primaries over the secondary colors, that will also show us very, very important information, how it reacts. If your painting has like oranges like this in, and you go over with a glaze and you can see how it reacts when you've done the study beforehand, and that's the important information. Okay, let's see. When we go with a, let me go with a yellow first. Let me just get my brush clean. We don't want any contamination in the brush for this little demonstration. Okay, so what we do is, so I'm going to go, there's my yellow, just put a little bit more medium in there. Now it goes over there, like that. Okay. And through this little exercise that we're doing over here, it definitely shows you how transparent, semi-transparent, opaque your specific color is. You've chosen how much of this magenta actually comes through this color that you put there, determines how transparent that specific pigment is. And here we can see the orange became a little bit more, it's like a yellow orange. It became just a little bit more yellow tint to it. This became a warmer kind of a green over there, and this became sort of a green, has a green touch to it. So let's go, maybe just go with a magenta on that side and see how that reacts. Let's give it a go there. One's going to show us a lot of interesting information. This got a lot darker orange. This became a green brown, and this became just a darker, very beautiful magenta happens over there when we glaze a magenta, this magenta over this purple that we got there. Makes it, gives it a really strong purple. Nice brown green, if that's what you're looking for. Nice orange as well. So I'll still in other videos that I'll still talk a lot about the difference between our normal pigment, so to speak, and then the synthetics that's more suitable for glazing, very transparent. Gives beautiful colors. We'll still go into those things, so you know, lots of interesting information still coming your way. Okay, let's see. Then we got this cad red going over this orange and the green. Let's see what happens there. Here we can see it became a little bit more orangey than this one. Very nice orange there, and here it became like a, let's see, like a brownish green came in there, and there's a reddish purple over there. Let's see what happens when we bring the blue. Okay, now we can see clearly here it became a green, dark green color there. Here's a more cleaner, that's like a sort of a brown green, so to speak, color. That's more dark, only a darker green, and that's also a bit of a stronger purple that's happening there. This is more red purple, that's more a bluish purple that comes in there. So this is a nice way to see how your color is going to react when you come with a specific color glaze over that color. Okay, thanks for watching everybody, and I'll See you in the next episode. Thanks. Bye bye.